Hey guys, it's Scott. Hopefully you're having a great day. It's first part of February, the 7th to be exact. And I'm in my kitchen, as you can tell. And I'm not cooking, but I'm preparing to cook months from now by planting my seeds. Now, I'm getting ready to plant quite a few. I think I might have showed you in one of my videos that we're starting a community garden at our church. And part of the fundraiser is I'm going to donate a lot of these plants to help with that starting the community garden. So for tomatoes, I have 4 different types of tomatoes. Some I purchased this year from Burpee, others I've had in the past. A new one that came out, it's called Bodacious Hybrid. Let's see if you can see that. No pictures, sorry. But I think it's a new variety this year. I was marking my labels already and I got ink on me. Next one is Burpee Super Steak. I had this one left over from last year, so I'm going to use some more seeds on that. And then last year as well, Ensalada Hybrid Tomato. I got them from Burpee. I get them when they're on sale, so it's kind of hit or miss. Sometimes you can get them when you think they're on sale, and then a month later they're on a better sale. But here's a black crim. I've grown this a few years and I love it. So those are the 4 different types of tomatoes, and then I'm going to also do some peppers. I'll name them real quickly. It's orange peppercini. I grew this last year. It's of course, an orange plant. Now the peppers I like because, you know, I wouldn't be disappointed if I didn't sell all my peppers, because the peppers are a plant. They take time to produce their fruit. They like the heat, but they look kind of cool. So you can put them in an ornamental garden or a vegetable garden. So I like actually spreading them around. So they're orange. I got a Tangerine Dream, which is a sweet pepper as well. The peppercini is a hot pepper. California Wonder. And I have one more called Hot Lemon, which of course is a hot pepper as well. So that's a new one this year as well that I got. And then one other thing I'm going to plant, and this is kind of cool. It's called White Knight Eggplant. And so what they say is it's very unique. It's a shimmering, precious white fruits, and they resemble Fabergé eggs. Another one that if I don't sell out of this one, I wouldn't mind having in my backyard. So my backyard is not a vegetable garden, but something that says it looks like a Fabergé egg, I think people will enjoy looking at. So that's what I'm going to plant today, and then I'll do some stuff later on. So I ended up ordering through Amazon the Espoma organic seed starter. Now last year I made my own using a lot of peat, but this year, again, if you like buy your stuff December, January, when people aren't normally looking to buy seed starting mix, it's cheap. I think this big bag, I think it cost me a little over $8, and so this is a pretty good deal. And so for what it would take me to go ahead and make my own peat or starting the seed starter mix, this was a better deal. So I have that, and so what I'm doing is I'm just putting them on my counter. I've got this tray top that went on one of our Christmas tree decorative boxes, I think, and a little roasting pan. And so I've got all these, they're still kind of wet, all these 6-packs that I bought over the years, plants that are on sale. A lot of them has price tags, so $1. Oftentimes I buy 6 packs for $1, and so I just keep them. And so I wash them out, put some bleach in the water, let them soak a bit, and then rinse them off, and I can use them again. So again, it's very cost effective. And basically in the kitchen, even though I don't like doing this in the kitchen, but I have no place else to do it. I don't have a potting shed. I'm jealous of you guys who have potting sheds, but I do got a plant room. But a potting shed I don't have. So try to not make a mess in here. And so 6-pack, really easy. And then I got these boot trays. Now these came from IKEA. So these are basically a boot tray. And you'll see when I go upstairs in my plant room, when I use my shelving, I'm going to put these on the boot trays, put them on the shelf, and then I'm going to cover them with some plastic, and we'll watch them over the weeks. But let's get going here. I also when I do this, in the past I've said, you know, I don't really need to worry about remembering. If I'm doing so many tomatoes, the first row is this, the second row is this, and I kind of go alphabetic in terms of the variety of the tomato name to say, I'm going to remember this. Well, it doesn't turn out that way sometimes. So what I would suggest is just go ahead and put your label down, your label maker, and what I do is Burpee Super Steak, and I put the month and a day so you remember how long it's been. I have them ahead of time, and I just go ahead and I will have them available, so I don't say, hey, I'll remember, my hands are dirty. So these are all finished. A mess in the kitchen. These are all finished, and I'll show you, I'll just plant them for you. But the glass didn't break. All my 6-packs are full, and the one good thing about the hot peppers and the tomatoes and the eggplant is they all need to be planted to the same depth, and that's going to be 1/4 inch. And so what I do, because after you got like 100 of them and you start sticking things in the topsoil, sometimes you realize you've gone deeper than you want to. And so I just go ahead and take a pencil and I just mark off 1/4 inch, and so I can look at it. And as I go through, I can just make my hole and know exactly how deep I need to go. And so that becomes a little bit easier, less taxing. And so now I can start putting my seeds in. These into my hand. And it's empty now. Like I said, I had this from last year, so there are fewer seeds than a new package would have. And I basically just grab them. I'm able to grab them. And then just plunk them in and just go through all of my 6-packs like that after I've made my 1/4 inch hole. You know, the room of thought on this is the smaller the seed, of course, the less depth you need to plant these things. And so, you know, I don't think there's a whole lot of concern about it. I do, like I said, lose track over time with, you know, exactly how far deep am I going, because it can be kind of tedious and I just don't want to go way too far. But even if you did, I don't think it would make much of a difference. And if you actually get more than one, I don't worry about it. I take the weakest when they come up. And just continue. Now when I'm done with this, I'm going to water using my boot tray and place water on the tray, and I'll mist with a spray bottle the seeds on top. And of course, you want to make sure you put your label in there so you remember. Cover them up. Let me take you upstairs to my plant room. I've kind of adjusted some things around that maybe you saw last time, and let you see how I'm going to do this. Again, with seeds, the light is not that important, it's the heat. But my lights produce heat, so I'm going to keep my lights on. But I'll show you what I'm doing. Well guys, I brought it upstairs, and this shelf did have a lot of my plants, of course, on it. Made room for 5 boot trays. I went ahead and watered them, and then there's some water sitting to allow the starter to go forward. Now this is what I'm going to do to try to keep the humidity in there and the humidity up. Now of course I said the lights aren't required, but these lights produce heat, and so I want the heat. And I'll go ahead and I'll cover this up. What I did is I just used some more, a little bit longer, I think these might be 8-inch plant markers to put in sporadically, so when this goes on top, it creates somewhat of a teepee effect for it. And so I'll go ahead and do that now and show you what it looks like. Well, that's it. It's got a teepee effect. I went ahead and just tucked it beneath the boot trays and then put them against the wall and created a little microclimate. So you guys have a good rest of your day. It's great to be thinking about spring, plants, plant sale, community garden. I'm looking forward to getting active and busy again. I need the rest during winter because I can't be in a place that gardens 12 months a year because it's exhausting. But I think I've had enough of a rest. I'm ready to get out there now. So it's not going to be too long. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you later on.